Good morning, students. In this class, we are going to say about third lesson, hydrosphere. When we are discussing about hydrosphere, we must know meaning, what are there in this. These all topics we must know. Then only we can know about hydrosphere. Hydrosphere meaning what? Realm of water. Hydrosphere meaning realm of water. The word hydrosphere came from Greek word hydra, which means water. Finally, students, hydrosphere means most of the people will think that the water which is founded on the top of the earth, not inside of the earth, is too considered as hydrosphere. Students, at first we discussed about hydrosphere. Hydrosphere meaning what? Realm of water. The word hydrosphere came from Greek word hydra, which means water. And most of the people think that hydrosphere means the water which is founded on the top of the earth. But the water inside of the earth also considered as hydrosphere. This is first point in that hydrosphere. Next, students, we are going to discuss about hydrological cycle. Hydrological cycle, what it means? Circulation of water in solid, liquid, gas form. This is called as hydrological cycle. For example, water from surface to atmosphere, atmosphere to surface, this all comes under hydrological cycle. Students, hydrological cycle, what it means? Circulation of water in solid, liquid, gas forms called as hydrological cycle. At the same time, circulation of water from surface to atmosphere, atmosphere to surface, these are also called as hydrological cycle. This hydrological cycle expressed in a formula. That formula is RF is equal to RO plus ET. RF meaning what? Rainfall. RO means runoff water. E means evaporation. T means transpiration. Students, when we are discussing about rainfall, there are so many types of rainfall in this. Convectional rainfall, orographic rainfall, cyclonic rainfall. These are types of rainfalls. First, convectional rainfall, what it means? Due to more heat, the water in seas, rivers, all those becomes into vapor and they goes to clouds. When the clouds are unable to control this water, they gives to earth in the form of drops. These all called as convectional rainfall. Next, students, orographic rainfall. Orographic rainfall means when the clouds are filled with water vapor, when they were going from one region to another region, in between that, if any mountain comes, they have contact with that mountains and gives rainfall. This is called as orographic rainfall. Third, student, cyclonic rainfall. Because of atmospheric changes, these cyclonic rainfalls are caused. So, these are three types of rainfall, children. First one, convectional rainfall, orographic rainfall, cyclonic rainfall. Rainfall means these are three types. Next, RO means runoff water. Runoff water means water cannot stay in one place. They will move from one area to another area. That is runoff water. Next, students, evaporation. Evaporation means what? The process of water changing into water vapor is called evaporation. Next, transpiration. The water vapor which is coming from plants called as transpiration. Rainfall is equal to runoff water plus evaporation. Clear, students? Next, water cycle. We are going to discuss about water cycle. Water from oceans flows to land and the water from land also flows to ocean. This whole process called as water cycle. Water from oceans flows to land. The water on land also flows to ocean. This whole process called as water cycle. In this water cycle, there are different types of stages. Those we are going to say to you now. The first one, evaporation. Earlier we discussed the process of changing water into water vapor called as evaporation. Condensation. The process of changing water vapor into water. Water vapor changing into water called as condensation. In this condensation, different things are there that we will tell you later. Next, precipitation. Different types of condensation. Different types of condensation called as precipitation. For example, changing water vapor into water called as condensation. This water will come to earth in the form of snow, in the form of rainfall, in the form of sleet. These are all called as precipitation. Clear, students? Evaporation, process of changing water into water vapor. Condensation, water vapor changing into water. Precipitation, different types of condensation. It may come in the form of snow, it may come in the form of ice. This all comes under precipitation. Runoff water, earlier we told the water will flow from higher areas to lower areas. This all comes under runoff water. Groundwater. Students, river water flows from one region to another region very fastly, but groundwater won't flow with that fast. It flows up very slowly. So that is about groundwater, students. Next one, transportation. Transportation means what? The water becomes into water vapor, then it goes to clouds. These clouds won't stay in one place. They move from one region to another region. In that process, they transport water. This is called as transportation. Clear, students? These are different stages of water cycle. Students, now we are going to discuss about water sources on earth. On earth, 97.25% of salty water is there. At the same time, 2.75 fresh water is there. 97.25 salt water is there. 2.75 fresh water is there. In that fresh water, 68.7% is in the form of ice and 29.9% in the form of groundwater. So this data you have to remember. On earth, 97.25% of water is very salty. 2.7% is water in the form of fresh water. In that 2.75, 68.7% of fresh water is in the form of ice. Next 29%, 9% water is in the form of groundwater. This is how water sources on earth. Students, next we are going to discuss about oceans. Students, now we are going to discuss about oceans. What is the ocean? Huge amount of salt water covered on earth's surface called as ocean. Huge amount of salt water covered on earth's surface called as ocean. Students, 220 million years ago, these all oceans were united and called as Panthalassa. In process of time, this Panthalassa was divided into several oceans. Those we are going to discuss now. In this world at present, we have 5 major oceans. Those are first, Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean, Antarctic Ocean. These are the 5 major oceans, students. Is this clear? First, student, Pacific Ocean. It is the biggest ocean in the world. It is called as 220 million years ago, students. All oceans were united and it called as Panthalassa. After several million years, this Panthalassa was divided into oceans. At present, we have 5 major oceans. Students, those are Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean, Antarctic Ocean. These are 5 major oceans, students. Now, I am going to explain about each ocean. Be careful and be attentive. First, student, Pacific Ocean. It is the biggest ocean in the world. If any question comes like this, what is the biggest ocean in the world? That is Pacific Ocean. This Pacific Ocean is located east and west side of old map. Whenever in map they ask to trace Pacific Ocean, it means we have to trace it west side of the map or east side. If this is map, students, in this if you wanted to trace Pacific Ocean, this side you can trace it or you can trace this side. So both sides you have Pacific Ocean. Is this clear? Next, students, this ocean stays in peacefulness. That's why it is called as Pacific Ocean. Next, students, Atlantic Ocean. This Atlantic Ocean looks like in S shape. This Atlantic Ocean divides North America and South America with Europe and Africa. It is located between them. Next, students, it is Indian Ocean, which is located south side of India. This ocean named after a country, that is India, Indian Ocean. Next, Arctic Ocean. When we are discussing about Arctic Ocean, 2 points we must discuss, students. 90 degrees north latitude called as North Pole. 90 degrees south latitude called as South latitude. In North Pole, there is a frozen ocean that is called Arctic Ocean. Clear? Antarctic Ocean, it is located very near to South Pole. Clear, students? So these are 5 major oceans. Clear? Now, oceans divided into ocean floor divided into 4 parts. Those are continental shelf, continental slope, deep sea plains, trenches. These are the 4 parts into ocean floor is divided. The first one is continental shelf, continental slope, deep sea plains, trenches. Continental shelf, it extended up to 200 meters. Continental shelf extended up to 200 meters. Continental slope extended up to 3000 meters. Deep sea plains extended up to 3000 meters to 6000 meters. Trenches extended more than 6000 meters. This is their location from up to which depth they are located. See, continental shelf located up to 200 meters. Continental slope up to 3000 meters. Deep sea plains 3000 to 6000 meters. Trenches more than 6000 meters. Clear, students? Next, this continental shelf occupied 7.6% of ocean area. This continental slope 15%. Deep sea plains 76.2%. How much area they are occupied in oceans, that we are saying. Continental shelf 7.6%, continental slope 15%, deep sea plains 76.2%. This is the how much they occupied in total area of oceans. First, continental shelf, largest shelf is called as Siberian shelf. Largest shelf is called as Siberian shelf. Continental slope famous for canyons. And next, student, deep sea plains, these are the smoothest part of oceans. Clear? Trenches, these places we can found so many deepest caves in oceans. This is about the floors in ocean. Those are four we discussed already. Continental shelf, continental slope, deep sea plains, trenches. Clear, students? Next, we are going to discuss about salinity. What is salinity? Amount of salt dissolved in ocean water for 1000 grams of it, called as salinity. When we are discussing about salinity, this also we must know, students, when we are drinking about ocean water, how it is very salty. River water is not salty at all. So why ocean water have that much more salinity? Because of it have sodium chloride, which is also called as stable salt. It is presented in ocean water. That's why we have more saltiness. So the amount of salt dissolved in ocean water for 1000 grams of water called as salinity. It is also calculated in parts per 1000, ppt, parts per 1000. Next, students, highest salinity, lowest salinity, which oceans are founded, which oceans are not founded, this we will tell. If the oceans are containing 35% of salinity, it is called as average salinity. Question is asked, what is average salinity? Average salinity means if oceans are having 35% of salinity, it is called as average salinity. Now we are going to discuss about which oceans have, which lakes have more salinity, which have less salinity. Highest salinity we can found in Lake Van. Lake Van is the one which have more salinity, 330% of salinity is there. Next, Dead Sea, it have 228% of salinity. Next, we have Salt Lake. These are the three. We have more salinity. Lowest salinity is found in Baltic Sea. Next, Hudson Bay. These are the 15% or 3 to 15% salinity we will found in this. Clear, students? Highest salinity found in Lake Van, Dead Sea, Salt Lake. Lowest salinity found in Baltic Sea, Hudson Bay. Is this clear? Next, students, we must know about isolines. What are isolines? Lines joining the places having equal salinity. Lines joining the points which have equal salinity in oceans, called as isolines. Clear, students? Students, the temperature of ocean will be located between -2 to 29. For every 5 kilometers depth in ocean, 2 degrees of temperature will become less. Is this clear, students? So, students, the salinity of any ocean depends upon some factors. Those we are going to discuss now. First one, flow of fresh water, evaporation. These two factors mostly influences flow of fresh water, evaporation, winds, currents. These four factors, upon these four factors only, salinity of any ocean depends. If any ocean getting more fresh water, then the salinity will decline. So, clear, students, because of winds also, rainfall comes, the salinity of oceans also declines. So, these four factors which changes the salinity of any oceans: evaporation, flow of fresh water, winds, currents. These four factors decide salinity of any ocean. Clear students? Next, the temperature of any ocean located between -2 to 29. For every 5 kilometers, 2 degrees of temperature decreases. Clear? Next, we are going to discuss about deepest trenches in oceans. Pacific Ocean, the deepest trench is Mariana Trench. Atlantic Ocean, the deepest trench is Puerto Trench or Navis Trench. In Indian Ocean, the deepest one is Java Trench. Clear student? Mariana Trench, Navis Trench, Java Trench. These are three. First one is in Pacific Ocean, second one is in Atlantic Ocean, third one is Indian Ocean. Is this clear to students? Next, we are going to discuss about movements of oceans. Ocean water never remains in one place. So it will change. Those are changes we are going to discuss now. See students, rise and fall of ocean water called as waves. Rhythmic rise and fall of ocean water called as tides. Next students, movement of ocean water from one place to another place called as current. In this current, two types are there, warm currents and cold currents. Rise and fall of ocean water called as waves. Rhythmic rise and fall of ocean water called as tides. Flow of ocean water from one place to another place called as currents. In these currents, two types are there, warm currents and cold currents. Warm currents comes from equatorial region. They brings warmness. Cold currents comes from poles. They brings coolness. So these are two types of current students, warm currents, cold currents. When the currents are flowing fastly, it is called stream. When the currents are flowing slowly, it is called drift. When the ocean currents water flowing very fastly, it is called a stream. When the ocean current water flowing slowly, it is called a drift. Clear student? These are the topics we discussed in this class.